This one right here is crazy to me because I feel like he shouldn't be top 5. But Marlon Humphrey is 5 at 9 as a 93. Um, and I'm talking about last year, he was getting burnt, especially that was it last year? It might have been last year or the year before, I don't know, but he was getting killed by Jamar Chase, man. Even though Jamar Chase was killing everybody, but there's no way he should be top 5. I give him top 10, but not top 5. Um, Yo, what's up, y'all? Thank y'all for tuning in again to the True Sports Talk. Before you start tuning into the show, please make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share, man. Can't do this without y'all, man. So make sure y'all do that for us. But I know it's been a while again, but we back. We got NFL training camp coming up, man. It's time to hit some top questions, man, going into training camp, and also talk about the Saquon or just the running back situation. Period, man. It's a lot to talk about, man. But let's go ahead and get into it. First topic is we're gonna talk about, like I said, since it's training camp, we're gonna talk about some position battles going into training camp. Who fighting for their job or fighting to be a starter this upcoming season. First one, we got the Chiefs receivers. They got a lot of receivers on their depth chart, man. They got Kadarius Toney, Scott Moore, Rashae Rice, who they drafted, Marquez Valdez Scanlon, which he kind of did his thing in the playoff run they had last year. Richie James, Justin Ross, and Justin Watson. As you see, that's a lot of receivers, man, that's fighting for a position. But I think with that battle, I think the top 3 receivers coming out this battle would be Kadarius Toney, Marquez Valdez Scanlon, which, like I say, was, I want to say, between the leading or second receiver for the team last year, and Scott Moore, for the simple fact, he was there as well. So I think those 3 is going to be the starters. Now for that 4th and 5th spot, that's where it's going to be a real battle, because you got Rashae Rice, who's a gadget on offense, so they might use him in different spots, along with Richie James. He's one of those speedsters as well. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that go with the wide receiver battle. But for me, I think those 3 is gonna be the top, at least start the game. Another one we got is the Chiefs running backs. We got Isaiah Pacheco, Jerick McKinnon, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Denair Prince. I don't know too much about him, but I think those first 3 is really going to be battling out, especially with Clyde, because, he was supposed to have been a star in the backfield by now, but he's been up and down, and also can't stay healthy. So it's going to be interesting to see, can he prove himself again to the team that, hey, he could be a legitimate starter, or, Pacheco is going to be that starter, because he stepped in and did what he was supposed to do, Pacheco, when, they can trust Clyde Helaire as being the starter or being the feature back. Jared, I think he going to be that same player that he was last year, so far as using him on third down or in passing situations. But it's going to be interesting to see who, comes out as the starter this season for them, because they're not really, I don't think they really had a 1,000-yard back in a while, since Mahomes been there. So I think it's that time to have somebody, reach 1,000 yards to get close to it. They help the offense shine a little more. Another position battle is the Dolphins running backs. You got Devon Achane, who they drafted this year, along Raheem Mostert, Mostert and Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson and Mostert was there last year, so they pretty much know the offense more than Devon. But Devon is that speedster, man. He's pretty fast. Um, and I ain't gonna say he's faster than Mostert, but he's pretty close. If he ain't, he's pretty close. But um, I think with Jeff Wilson and Mostert, they probably gonna be the ones that really fight it out for the top spot. And I think Devon, he probably go get fit in, where he can, so far as maybe use him at gadget plays, similar to I was saying with Jared McKinnon, in the like passing downs, like third down, or in the screens, or probably jet sweep or something like that. Um, but I think that's going to be, interesting to see, if Devon can come out on top so far as during the training camp and preseason and show that he can be, the starter over those two veterans. Um, Another one we got is the Patriots wide receiver. Um, Let me see. Yeah, the Patriots wide receivers. You got Juju Smith Schuster. Can't say that fast. They grabbed him this offseason from the Chiefs. Devontae Parker and Kendrick Bourne. Um, I want to say all three of those guys was kind of a starter last year, or was in the mix all season last year. I think, to me, I think Juju may be the starter because for most of his career, he's been a starter, even when he came in with the Steelers. I think he's going to be the starter or the number one receiver. And Devontae Parker may be that second because, he one of those players as well that can't stay healthy. But when he's playing, he can definitely be productive. And Kendrick Bourne, which is me, he's always been that slot guy. So I think even though since he been with the Patriots, he's been more of the top receiver. But I think he falls back into that slot spot since they added Juju this offseason. But the receiver core is kind of nice. But the Patriots never really had no top tier receivers like that. That's why when they got Moss at that time, they did have him. It was kind of shocking that they don't usually go after the big time receivers. They usually get the productive guys that can come in and be that possession receiver or a gadget player that can help the offense get put up points. Another one is the Commanders running backs. You got Antonio Gibson, Brian Robinson, and Chris Rodriguez Jr., who they drafted from Kentucky. All three backs are good, solid backs. But Antonio Gibson and Brian Robinson, they're the vets on the team. They've been there, so they know the offense. Well, I ain't gonna say they know the offense because they just got a new offensive coordinator in Benamy. I'm sorry, Eric Benamy. So it's gonna be to see how he use the backfield this upcoming season. But I think to start, I think Antonio Gibson will be the starter. I just don't see him lose his spot right now. And then Brian Robinson is still, he came back from his injury, being shot and stuff like that. He came back and was very productive. But he still gonna have to fight for that top spot. But I think Antonio Gibson will be the starter, and he will be him and Rodriguez will be the plug-ins here and there when Gibson need that break or need to come out the game. But I'm gonna put another one out there. That's gonna be a good battle. I think with the Falcons running back field, with Bijan Robinson, Tyler Aguilar, and Cordell Patterson. But we all know Cordell Patterson's getting up in age, but he still can, be that gadget player on third down, the kick return, punt return. So I think, that's where mostly he's going to be. So I think the real battle is going to be between Bijan Robinson and Tyler Aguilar. Aguilar had 1,000 yards last year, which is pretty big, anytime you reach the 1,000-yard mark. But, he got a kid that's coming in that was drafted in the top 10. That's coming in looking to be the future back. and can do a little more than what he can so far as in the passing game and in the running game because he's very explosive. Um, so it's gonna be interesting to see, how those two battle it out. I think whoever shines more in training camp, um, it's gonna be the feature back between those two. And Corder Patterson, like I said, is gonna be the one that kind of get a little more than the other. You know what I mean? So somebody gonna have to fall to that third spot. But like I always say during the season, injuries do happen. So I do like the backfield that we do have, but I just ready to see who will be the starter or the feature back man because I think Bijan can do numbers if he's used right. Which kind of got me mad with Arthur Smith. He don't use Kyle Pitts like he's used to, but that's another story, man. But I think our running backfield is gonna be nice this year, man. But I just I'm gonna pay close attention to training camp and the preseason on how they do. And I want to say is one more. Even though I think most people probably have him starting anyway, but I would say Bryce Young and Andy Dalton for the simple fact, Dalton's been in the lead more than Bryce, um, and he know a little thing or two more. So I think naturally, I think most people would think he probably would start over Bryce, but everybody knows Bryce is going to start at some point this season, whether it's week 1 or week 5. But um, I think right now it's going to be a battle just to see who start the season. But either way, um, I think Bryce will start if he keep improving the way he's been doing, since the mandatory mini camps and just being at the facility and learning. So it's been to see what happens with that quarterback battle as well with the Panthers. Um, but y'all comment below, man. Tell me, out of those position battles I just named or called, who do y'all think will come out on top out of those battles, man? Like I say, the training camp is here, man. Football season is not too far away, so I'm ready for it, man. But y'all come below and tell me who y'all think is gonna win those position battles. All right. Second topic, we got do running backs deserve top tier contracts? Like I said earlier, as you all know in the news, Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, and Tony Pollard did not, get the contracts that they felt they deserved, or even just get a new contract. They was on, I think, tender deals, or they had a tender contract in front of them, but they didn't sign it because they want a new deal, and they weren't able to get it. So, or they weren't able to get it at the deadline. So, they, deciding, should they be at training camp? Well, I know Saquon said he's not going to be there, and I'm expecting Josh Jacobs to do the same. Tony Pollard may, be there because, he was kind of like, that wasn't the star player there from the jump. Anyway, he just, came in and stepped up when Zeke didn't step up. But I know for sure Saquon and Josh may not be there, but to me, I think running backs deserve top tier money as well, because they make the offense flow like it should be. I mean, you can pass the ball all day long, but in the NFL, that ain't the college level. College level, you can do that, but in NFL, you can't. You gotta be able to have a good, solid running back that can get you at least 4 or 5 yards a carry. You know what I mean? To keep that drive going, so you can hit the play action for the pass. You know what I'm saying? So I think running backs deserve top tier, especially if they earned it. They consistent, with getting 1,000 yards every year, multiple touchdowns. Well, I say at least 10. Um, and just basically just carrying the offense. Like a Derrick Henry, I feel like he should, be one of those running backs as well to get top tier money. As much as he's done for the Titans, um, or even just if he have to go somewhere else, I think he's shown that he's one of those backs that he's very productive when given the ball and given multiple opportunities. Um, but hopefully, the Giants and the Raiders and the Cowboys could, get something done for those boys, man. Because like I said, they definitely deserve it. And like I said, with Tony Pollard, he stepped in when Zeke, wasn't healthy or, he wasn't very productive and, basically took over the running back spot for the Cowboys and did what he was supposed to do. And I think, in the offense, he could do a lot more for them this year. But, you got to make him happy, if you want to see that on the field. And that's giving him a contract he deserves. And then, with the Giants, I think, even though they could say, well, Saquon haven't been healthy or he haven't been consistent, you know what I'm saying, before last year. But last year he did his thing. He came in and did what he was to do. Really, to me, he was carrying the offense. When Daniel Jones wasn't, doing much in the passing game, he was there to carry the load, whether it was running the ball, catching the ball, blocking. You know what I mean? He did what he was supposed to do, which helped him, get to a playoff win and, making the playoffs, get a playoff win. You know what I mean? So to me, he's very deserving of it. And then, with Josh Jacobs, even though the Raiders had a losing season, um, he still was the spotlight of the team, especially like most people have been referring to that Seahawks game. Like he had a 99-yard touchdown game to end the game, or 90 plus. I ain't gonna say it's 99, but it was 90 plus to win the game, man. You don't really see that. You know what I'm saying? Usually be a big pass or, the offense drive down the field and they end it, off a little smaller run. But a run like that, you don't really see it like that, man. So that game showed you that he was carrying the load for the offense, man. But with these GMs and NFL, they just they pick and choose when they want to give out contracts. Compared to the NBA or the MLB, shoot, they don't care. Hey, you need a new contract, we got you. You've been doing your thing. You're a big part of the team. Hey, we're gonna make sure you get paid. With the NFL, it's kind of like you got to search for it or beg for it, and to me that ain't right, especially for the running backs. And I heard the other day on ESPN that was saying um, I think the lowest paid position or low paid position that's next to running backs is kickers and punters. Like that's sad because the running backs touch the ball way more than the kicker and the punter. So there's no way they should be near those positions when it comes to contracts. But overall, I think, like I said, it's gonna be interesting to see what those three teams do. Whether they sign them to big contracts or they try to stay firm and say, hey, we're not give you that contract going into the season. But I know if the Giants don't, they're not making the playoffs. I'm just putting it out there. They're not making the playoffs. The Raiders, I mean, I don't really like Josh McDaniels anyway, but I really didn't have them make the playoffs anyway. But I think, if Josh Jacobs is there, it enhances their chances of making the playoffs. And with the Cowboys, they probably still can make the playoffs, but their running game is not going to be there. I don't think if Tony Pollard is not there because they already let Zeke go until free agency. So, but stay tuned and see how this transpires. But y'all come below, man. Tell me, do y'all think those three backs are gonna get their contract, or they just one of them? And also, if they do sign them, how many years they gonna get signed to, and amount of money they gonna get signed to. So y'all comment below, man. Tell us what y'all think. The third one is Madden is about to drop soon. They just dropped the ratings this week or this past week for each position. I'm just gonna go over some of them because a lot of them I don't really care about. But first, I'm gonna go with let me see. I guess I'll go with the CBE since that's my position. So the top 10 for the cornerbacks on the game, they got Jalen Ramsey, Jair Alexander, which is a 95. Well, Jalen Ramsey 97. Jair Alexander 95. 3, you got Patrick Surtain. The second, he's a 94. Fourth, they got Sauce Gardner. He's 93. Now this one right here is crazy to me because I feel like he shouldn't be top 5. But Marlon Humphrey is 5 at 9 as a 93. And I'm talking about last year, he was getting burnt, especially that, was it last year? It might have been last year or the year before, I don't know, but he was getting killed by Jamar Chase, man. Even though Jamar Chase was killing everybody, but there's no way he should be top 5. I give him top 10, but not top 5. Um, but just remain to see if he can stay in the top 5 on the game. 6, Darius Slay Jr. 92. Now I will put him at 5, because he's still the balling. He was balling last year. 7, Stephon Gilmore 91. 8, you got Marshawn Lattimore, which so y'all seen the preview, so I don't really like him like that. He shouldn't be in the top 10 to me. But anyway, he's there. 9, Tre'Davious White. He a 90, just like Lattimore. And 10, you got Denzel Ward, who's an 88. And I think Denzel Ward probably would be higher if he could stay healthy. But that's who Madden feels is the top 10 cornerbacks in the league. But Jalen, he's still that, to me, he's still that guy. A lot of people trying to doubt him and say he's not that guy no more because he was getting beat, or he got beat in the Super Bowl a couple of times, and I think he kind of struggled in that NFC Championship game too. But he's still, to me, one of the top corners in the league. And he's an FSU guy, so hey, you know how we do. Another position of ratings that I'm gonna go through is let me see. Hold on. Guess we could do tight ends. The overall, the tight ends. Travis Kelce, number 1. He's a 99. So welcome to the 99 club, Travis Kelce. 2, got George Kittle at 96. 3, Mark Andrews at 95. 4, got TJ Hockenson as a 90, which he was very productive with the Vikings this past season rather. 5, we got Dallas Goedert at 89. Number 6, Kyle Pitts 87, which I didn't think they would put him that high because he wasn't featured enough last year, and then also he got injured. So I thought he'd at least be like an 85, not an 87. But that's a good rating to start out. Darren Waller at 7 as an 86. Pat Freiermuth that played with the Steelers is an 85. 9, David Njoku was an 84, and Evan Ingram is at 84. Now Ingram, I think should have been higher because I think he was very productive with the Jaguars last year. But overall, there was some good ratings, man. But should have known Travis was gonna be in the 99 club, man. He just balls, you know what I mean? Like I think he had 2 or 3 games where he had 3+ touchdowns. Like you don't see too much from tight ends, but you also playing with a great quarterback and Pat Mahomes to go get you the ball. Now, he might not be the only one in the 99 club. I think the last ratings, which is the quarterbacks, drops today, Friday. So I think, Pat Mahomes is going to be in that club as well. I'll do one more. I want to do the safeties if I can get to it. Hold on, man. I didn't know they did the running back. Let me see. Hold on. I gotta find it. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do the running backs and safeties. Running backs, you got Nick Chubb, number 1. He's a 97. 2, you got Christian McCaffrey as a 96, which he balled out once he got to San Francisco. 3, you got Josh Jacobs at 95, one of them running backs. I mean, that looking for that contract. That's why he's high. He's number 3 on the list. Derrick Henry, number 4 at 94. 5, Saquon Barkley at 93. Um, Dalvin Cook, 91, which is still shocking to me that he haven't been signed with somebody yet. But I think someone is going to pick him up soon. 7, you got Austin Eckler at an 89. You got 8, or number 8, Jonathan Taylor as a 89. Tony Pollard, number 9, which he's an 88. And 10 is Aaron Jones, and he's an 88 as well. I think Nick Chubb deserves to be the top running back because each time he touched the ball, he could break a good one. You know what I mean? Run you over and keep going. I like the list, but I think Jonathan Taylor and Dalvin Cook, depending on with Dalvin Cook, how much he get featured this year, signing with a new team, I think they can go higher than what they are now. And let me go to safeties. Because I think at the top spot for the safeties, I think Derwin James is number 1. Here you go. Okay, for the safeties. Number 1 is Derwin James. He's a 95. Another FSU guy, man. Hey, we balling, man. You know what I'm saying? I think with him and Jalen Ramsey, I think that's the first time that two FSU players has been number 1 or top, at the top rating for their position in math. 2, I think, but number 2 is Minka Fitzpatrick. He's a 93. Number 3 is Justin Simmons. It's a 92. Kevin Byard is a 92. Jesse Bates, the third, play with my Falcons. He's a 91. And Tyrann Mathieu at 6 is a 91. Still very productive. Hold on. And then 7 is Buda Baker. He's a 90. Jordan Poyer is a 90 at number 8. Harrison Smith for number 9 at a 90. And Mekhi Hyde is an 89 at 10. I think these ratings was pretty solid. I thought Matthew might be a little lower because a lot of people think he's fading out, but he's still a productive, man. I think he's still one of the top safeties and can be. You know what I mean? Despite the Saints having a down year last year. With Buda Baker, it's going to be interesting to see if he's going to stay at the Cardinals this year because I know he requested a trade, but I think he steamed away from it. Since they feel like they can find a trade partner. But like I said, Derwin James, man, he a dog. You know what I mean? I think he gonna be the top spot for the majority of the season. But it's especially if he stay healthy, I think he probably could reach a 99 if he can get some turnovers, some sacks, and stuff like that. So yeah, that was just some of the ratings. I just wanted to go over, man. But if you're big on Madden, man, follow them on Twitter, to get the rest of the Madden ratings, man, or even their IG page. But y'all come below, man. Tell me who y'all think should have been higher or lower on those lists, man. On to the next topic, which is will UGA three-peat this season? There's been a lot of talks, as you get closer to the season, that Georgia has a real legitimate chance to repeat this year, man. I think they can. I think they have one of the easy schedules this year. They play nobody major, like a LSU or Alabama. Yeah, so I mean, I think they play Ole Miss, which is supposed to be considered a top team this year, or look at like to be a solid team. But overall, I don't think nobody could beat them. So I really got them going at least back to really right now, I would have them winning the SEC championship. But if they was to lose, I think it would be lose the SEC to LSU, because I really think LSU is gonna make a big jump this year. But um, I get to see them, even win the SEC championship, get into the playoff, even to the national championship game. But they'll say they're gonna win it for the third time. It's hard for me to say right now, but I definitely think they could get back to the national championship game. It's just gonna be interesting to see who they play against. Uh, and also, it's gonna come down to their quarterback play. I know Carson Beck is supposed to be considered the starting quarterback, but I'm quite sure Kirby Smart is not going to predict their starter or make a starter until probably before week 1 comes around. But for Carson Beck, everybody likes what they see from him, even from the spring game. But yeah, I think um, he has to get the job done if they want to get back to the national championship game. And they can't have any slip ups. They got to have that same drive they had last year when it came to having that will to know that, hey, we can win this game. They got to have that same passion for it. I know a lot of players, they get in trouble this offseason with the speed and tickets and stuff like that. But I think come during the football season, I think Kirby Smart is gonna have them locked in and ready, to try to go on another run. But I think, like I said, LSU is one of the teams that probably can knock them off, or be looking to knock them off from get back to another national championship or winning the national championship. Another team, USC, they was supposed to be in that top 5 recruit or top 4, but they couldn't do their job of winning. I want to say against Notre Dame and another team last year. So they looking to try to make the playoffs this year. Michigan, they still mad that we beat them the first time they made it to the college football playoff. But they got to go through Ohio State this year. So um, it's going to be very interesting, man, if they can really get it done. It hasn't been done in a long time as far as seeing a three-peat national champion in college football. But if anybody can do it, I think they can. They have the talent. Now it just the talent has to show up on the field. They did play a lot of young players last year. That's coming back this year, especially on that defense. And then on offense, they still got Brock Bowers. They got Delp, who was a freshman last year, but this year he'll be a sophomore. Who else they got? They lost A.D. Mitchell to Texas, but they still, I want to say they got Anai Smith, and they got the guy from Missouri. I can't think his name right now, but he should be another top receiver on the team this year. And I'm quite sure they got some freshmen coming in as well. So the offense haven't slipped that much either. But like I said, the quarterback plays are going to be big if they're going to go deep into the college playoff. But like I said, it remains to see if they can do it. But if you ask me again, around maybe week 3, week 4 of the college football season, then I probably could give you analysis of where they may go. But y'all come below, man. Tell us what y'all think this is going to be this season for them. They go, excuse me. They gonna go back to the college playoff, make next championship game, or do you think they're gonna have a 2 or 3 loss season this year? Y'all come below, tell me what y'all think. Man, we made it, man. Y'all know what time it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, our top 5, man. This time is our top 5 MLB power rankings, man. I know we just came out. They just coming off the All-Star weekend last week. Well, I want to say, yeah, it was last week. Yeah, so they're back rolling back into the season. I think right now, I think I still would have the Braves as the number 1 spot. There was the hottest team going into the All-Star weekend. I know since the All-Star weekend has been over, They've been taking some losses. I think with their White Sox series, they struggled. I think they beat them the first game, and then the next two games they just let the White Sox do whatever they wanted to do. But for the most part, um, I think to me they still a top team. They just got to get back in rhythm or get out that All Star hype. So far as we had 8 All Stars made the All Star game. Um, and I think that's the first time ever for the franchise. So it just they got to get back in rhythm and get their mindset back to where it was before the All Star game. But right now, I still have them as number 1 team on the power rankings. Two, I'm gonna say, I guess you could say the Dodgers. They start to get back into their rhythm. Try to make a push to get back to the playoffs and hopefully probably get to the World Series. Three, I'm gonna say the Orioles. Um, they been playing well all season, which has been big to me because um, they was previous seasons they was on a down like they were struggling terribly. You know what I mean? But this year they've been balling. It's gonna be interesting to see if they can continue this momentum going into the postseason. Um, my third team, I would say. Uh, I would say the Rangers. Um, they've been staying afloat or staying above the Astros, which is who has been killing that division the last 3 or 4, maybe 3 to 5 years. Um, so they still number 1 in the division. So they got to keep winning though. They want to keep the Astros for winning the division because the Astros once they get on the road, they get on the road, and they defend the champion. So. Like I say, for that 14, I think, yeah, the 14, yeah, 14, I got the Rangers, and then my fifth and last team, I'm gonna go with, uh, I'm gonna say the Diamondbacks, which the Braves just got done playing, but they got some a lot of hitting on their team. I think they one of the games with the Braves, they scored. It was like almost like a football game. Both teams scored double digits, but I think the Braves end up winning the game. But the Diamondbacks, they're looking to try to take over the Dodgers, who's Dodgers one of those teams that been winning the division the last 3 to 5 years consistently. But I think the Diamondbacks can dethrone them. If they keep playing well and keep scoring the way they're scoring. I think you know they definitely can dethrone the Dodgers and make them a wild card team instead of a division winner. Um, but hey, that's my top 5 MLB power rankings. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our top 5 session, man. Y'all comment below, man. Tell us who do y'all have as y'all top 5 power rankings so far after the All Star weekend. But I'd like to thank y'all tuning in again, man. Make sure, like I say, y'all subscribe, like, comment, and share, man. Um, like I say, we're trying to keep this thing going, man, but we can't do it without y'all. You know what I mean? Also, we'll bring on some guests very soon, man. We just got to set it up. You know what I mean, with the time scale and the schedule. But we definitely gonna have some more guests coming soon, man. Hopefully on the next episode. But until next time, peace.